Tape 2, Side B. Acumen, sharpness of mind, shrewdness. His business acumen helped him to succeed where others had failed. Association, act you men with shrewdness and sharpness of mind. Acumen, sharpness of mind, shrewdness. Altruism, unselfishness. The philanthropist was noted for his altruism. Association, Al is true blue and unselfish. Altruism, unselfishness. Ascetic, person who leads a severely simple life, often for religious purposes. The cavalier could not understand the ascetic life led by the monks. Association, I set it on a rock, contemplating my simple existence. Ascetic, person who leads a severely simple life, often for religious purposes. Bête noire, B-E-T-E-N-O-I-R, thing or person that one dislikes very much. Going to the opera was his personal bête noire because high-pitched sounds irritated him. Association, bet you don't know the thing I hate the most. Bête noire, thing or person that one dislikes very much. Cabal, C-A-B-A-L, secret plot. The cabal was defeated when their scheme was discovered. Association, we have a secret plot to steal the ball. Cabal, secret plot. Let's review. Acumen means sharpness of mind, shrewdness. Altruism means unselfishness. Ascetic means person who leads a severely simple life, often for religious purposes. Bête noire means thing or person that one dislikes very much. Cabal means secret plot. Cavil, a petty objection. I respect your sensible criticisms, but I dislike the way you cavil about unimportant details. Association, the cavalry has objections to pets. Cavil, a petty objection. Contrition, penitence, feeling of guilt. Her tears of contrition did not influence the judge when he imposed the sentence. Association, I'll feel guilty if I don't see you at nutrition. Contrition, penitence, feeling of guilt. Demagogue, leader or agitator who wins support on emotions, not reason. He was accused of being a demagogue because he made promises which aroused futile hopes in his listeners. Association, the politician got 'em drunk, and when them's a groggy, emotion will win them over easily every time. Demagogue, leader or agitator who wins support on emotions, not reason. Donnybrook, a wild fight, a free-for-all. The delegates' dissension turned the convention into a Donnybrook. Association. Down at the brook will be a wild fight. Donnybrook. A wild fight. Free-for-all. Ennui. E-N-N-U-I. Means boredom. The monotonous routine of house cleaning induces a feeling of ennui, which makes the housewife moody and irritable. Association. If someone asks you if you are bored, say, ah, oui. Ennui. Boredom. Let's review. Cavil means a petty objection. Contrition means penitence, feeling of guilt. Demagogue means leader or agitator who wins support on emotions, not reason. Donnybrook means a wild fight, free-for-all. Ennui means boredom. Festoon, a hanging ornament used as decoration. The flowers were tied into a festoon. Association. The festive balloons were hung everywhere as decoration. Festoon. A hanging ornament used as decoration. Harridan. Bad-tempered old woman. Most people avoid the harridan because they fear her abusive and vicious language. Association. She is a hairy, bad-tempered old woman. Harridan. Bad-tempered old woman. Invective. Abusive language. He had expected criticism, but not the invective which greeted his proposal. Association. Must you inject your abusive remarks all the time? Invective. Abusive language. Jingo. J-I-N-G-O. Aggressive attitude combining patriotism and contempt for other countries. In these days, there are jingos who demand worldwide war. Association. Jingo Bells is as American as Santa Claus. Jingo. Aggressive attitude combining patriotism and contempt for other countries. Limbo. Condition of being neglected and forgotten. Their relationship was in limbo during the separation. Association. His limbs know that he's neglected his condition, but it's just a matter of time. Limbo. Condition of being neglected and forgotten. Let's review. Festoon means a hanging ornament used as decoration. Harridan means bad-tempered old woman. Invective means abusive language. Jingo means aggressive attitude combining patriotism and contempt for other countries. Limbo means condition of being neglected and forgotten. Martinet. Person who demands strict obedience. The commanding officer was a martinet who observed each regulation to the letter. Association. The drill sergeant could have his soldiers march into a net if he wanted to. Martinet. Person who demands strict obedience. Nemesis. A victorious rival. retributive justice. The Russian winter was Napoleon's nemesis. Association. The name is unknown, but your rival still won. Nemesis. A victorious rival. Retributive justice. Parody. Comic imitation of well-known person, literary work, or style. We enjoyed the clever parodies of popular songs which the chorus sang. Association. The parrot's imitation was very funny. Parody. Comic imitation of well-known person, literary work, or style. Placebo. Harmless substance given in place of medicine. The pills the old lady took were only a placebo. Association. Instead of taking the pill, place the bow on your head and you'll feel better. Placebo. Harmless substance given in place of medicine. Propinquity means nearness. The only trouble with this apartment is its propinquity to a low-class tavern. Association. The nearness of the pinging sound is very annoying. Propinquity. Nearness. Let's review. Martinet means person who demands strict obedience. Nemesis means a victorious rival, retributive justice. Parody means comic imitation of well-known person, literary work, or style. Placebo means harmless substance given in place of medicine. Propinquity means nearness. Recreant, R-E-C-R-E-A-N-T, a coward or traitor. The religious people ostracized the recreant who had abandoned the faith. Association. For recreation, he wrecked our country's security, that traitor. Recreant. A coward or traitor. Serendipity. Make pleasant discoveries by accident. Many scientific discoveries are the result of serendipity. Association. Sarah's dip was discovered by accident and now it's in every supermarket. Serendipity. Make pleasant discoveries by accident. Tautology. Saying the same thing twice in different words. In the sentence, quote, it was visible to the eye, end quote, the phrase to the eye is a tautology. Association. Hear the ta-ta, the same thing twice in tautology. Tautology. Saying the same thing twice in different words. Tryst, T-R-Y-S-T, an appointment, especially one made by lovers. The lovers kept their tryst even though they realized the danger. Association. I tryst that the lovers will keep their appointment. Tryst, an appointment, especially one made by lovers. Voracity. V-O-R-A-C-I-T-Y. Greedy in eating or reading. Our tax bill is not sufficient to meet the voracity of an extravagant administration. Association. He is greedy to win another varsity letter in track. Voracity. greedy in eating or reading. Let's review. Recreant means coward or traitor. Serendipity means make pleasant discoveries by accident. Tautology means saying the same thing twice in different words. Tryst means an appointment, especially one made by lovers. Voracity means, that's right, greedy in eating or reading. You are now going to hear a story utilizing all the dynamic vocabulary you have just learned. You should plan to listen to the story 3 times. The first time, just follow the story and its characters. I will read the story at a casual pace so you can follow easily. Then, rewind to the beginning of the story and listen a second time. Once you know what the story is about, you will be better able to concentrate on the context, how, where, and in what situation the word is used. The third time you listen to the story, be prepared to read along in your workbook. Then, complete the exercise in your workbook that corresponds to this story by filling in the blank spaces with either the actual word or one of its synonyms. Ready? Let's begin. This story is entitled The Bar Scene. It had been the same old crowd, the same old routine all summer long, and ennui had set in. After work, we'd meet for nightly trysts at the Silver Bullet. We'd drink beers and try to outdo each other at witty repartee. But our initial voracity for each other's company had paled, and great conversations had staled with repetition into cliched tautologies. It seemed that our acumen for self-entertainment was waning. Come August, the only action we got was from a jingoistic martinet who took to coming into the bar and haranguing whoever would listen about the state of the nation. We got our laughs by calling ourselves the Cabal, festooning our faces with grimaces that imitated his, and engaging in silly parodies of the pitiful would-be demagogue. This, too, got tedious. Our limbo was finally interrupted when we were able to squeeze some drama out of Jim's new girlfriend, who became our bête noire. Jim was the best among us, which made him the most vulnerable. He was nice-looking, boyish, genuinely altruistic, and a bit ascetic, which of course we interpreted as prudishness. He and Gina would walk in together, and we'd call out, "Here comes the harridan and the henpecked." Our grudges against Gina were mere cavils. I guess we judged Jim a recreant for finding a girlfriend when we had none. His propinquity to genuine happiness stung our pride, and, like the boors we were, we struck back with a stream of invective, never showing a drop of contrition. It never occurred to us that taunting Jim was a placebo for our own frustration. We thought sweet serendipity had brought Gina to us, never imagining that such an unassuming girl would be our nemesis. After the better part of 2 weeks, Jim came in alone. When he was greeted with the usual innuendos, Jim exploded, lashing out at us with righteous fury. Everything he said was true, but that only made us all the more stubborn. I didn't know who took the first swing, but a Donnybrook ensued. The Jingo and a few regulars fought on Jim's side against us. One ankle was sprained, and all our friendships were dissolved. It was not that Jim stayed angry, but every one of us knew how shamefully we had behaved and couldn't return to the old scene. After you have listened to this story twice, continue the audio portion of the tape to finalize your mastery of these words. Listen and repeat each of the following words with their synonyms. Acumen, perception, astuteness, ingenuity, altruism, devotion to others, philanthropy, humanity, ascetic, austere, puritanical, penitent, bête noire, abhorrence, aversion, antipathy, cabal, conspiracy, intrigue, connive, cavil, fault-finding, carping, censure, contrition, sorrow, regret, remorse, demagogue, unprincipled ruler, ruthless advocate, malcontent, Donnybrook, brawl, feud, melee, ennui, inertia, malaise, lethargy, festoon, wreath, a garland, adornment, harridan, shrew, witch, hag, invective, tongue-lashing, attack, tirade, jingo, arrogance, condescension, superpatriotism, limbo, exile, oblivion, imprisonment, martinet, severe disciplinarian, dictator, oppressor, nemesis, adversary, foe, antagonist, parody, mockery, caricature, satire, placebo, panacea, illusion, mirage, propinquity, proximity, connection, vicinity, recreant, betrayer, spineless, cowering, serendipity, windfall, happenstance, chance, tautology, repetition, wordiness, redundant, tryst, rendezvous, date, liaison, and veracity, ravenous, insatiable, craving. This concludes Tape 2, Side B. Before continuing, please complete the Review in Your Vocabulary Dynamics workbook. Thereafter, continue with Tape 3, Side A.